stand still if I can. A lot of the time when people hold the camera, it's going.
But is it actually running?
It's got the orange light on.
Okay.
Yeah. So, same as before, just under the bridge, it drops away slightly left down the hill. So stick to the right hand side as we go through. And same as before, just try and make this left and right a nice straight a line as possible. You'll see there is slight left and then immediately 90-degree right. So 90-degree right, immediately 90-degree left. That's it. It's from this left, immediately 90-degree right at the end of the barrier. Short straight, and then you've got crest, downhill 90-degree left.
Overtake?
If you feel right, yeah. In a little bit of brakes, look downhill 90-degree left, opens up slightly as we go down the hill, and then slight right down the hill, and just after the 2 kilometre turn in for the right, not quite past him yet, that's it, good, long slight left, so from here gently let the car run out to the right. As soon as it's in a straight line, that's it, on with the brakes. We've got slight left, immediately 90-degree right. Not too fast to the right. That's it. Then slight right, now we've got 90-degree left, 90-degree right, 90-degree left. That's it, 90-degree left. And stay on the left-hand side. Something coming, back on the brakes again. You've got 90-degree right, and then no gas because it immediately drops away 90-degree left. And short straight over the bridge. It's over the bridge, slight right, up the hill. And at the top of the hill, we've got 2 rights, so just lift before we get to the top of the hill, little bit of brakes. Look for the number 79. When you reach it, start turning in. You've got 1 right after the other, that's it. And right again. Now you've got slight left over the crest. Same again, slight left over the crest. And we start running downhill through the dip. And then you want to go over this next crest on the right hand side of the track. Not too fast over the crest because we're going to start braking, ready for the next left. So a bit more brakes, and then just at the 5 kilometre sign, a bit more brakes. Start turning in, you've got long left over crest. And then you want to be back on the brakes again because you've got very sharp downhill right, so lots of brakes. Downhill long right-hander down the hill. No gas on the way out.
Feel it rolling?
Yeah, you can feel it just starting to let go. And then slight left over the crest. Aim at the 11 kilometre sign. And then same again, you've just got a slight left over the crest. Dead straight line against the right hand curve. Any braking, do it before we get to the bottom. Then you want to run through the dip and stay about half a metre away from the left hand curve. Let it run out to the right. Back on the brakes again. End of this curve, turn in 90-degree left. Same, just a little bit of brakes because you've got 90-degree right, and then there's that sharp left. So brakes again, very sharp left, very sharp left, 90-degree right that opens on the exit, slight left, slight right, point in a dead straight line at the right hand curve, and then stay on the right hand side because you've got slight left into a tighter left. So brakes before we get there, and then About a car length before that number board, start turning into the left. All the way out to the right. Brakes again. That's it, on with the brakes because you've got 90-degree left. Immediately slide right. That's it, slide right here. And then you want lots of brakes because it's downhill, sharp right with no runoff, so lots of brakes. Then no gas. A bit more brakes, just a touch, that's it. And no gas. Ooh, that's it, good.
That's my warning sign.
Yeah. And a little bit of brakes again, you've got left through the dip, so don't go quite up to the curve, that's it. All the way out to the left, a little bit of brakes again, you've got 3 rights coming up. So ignore the first right, apex the second right. Gently let it run out to the left. Now we're coming up to the slowest part of the track, so lots of brakes. You've got sharp right, very sharp left. That's it, sharp right, very sharp left. So it keeps going round to the left. Then open 90-degree right, it goes down the hill. And then we've just got a slight right down the hill, so from the caution sign on the left, let it run over to the right-hand side. As you can see, spectators, so lots of brakes. 90-degree left over the bridge. And then slight left, follow the left-hand curve. Where it ends, turn in, you've got 90-degree right over a crest, not too much gas as you go in. And then you've got crest, small straight. And then just a little lift before we go in. We've got fast left under the trees. And then plenty of brakes because this always stays very slippery. Long right-hander that ends up exiting uphill. A nice late turn, a bit more brakes. Slowly on the gas as you get through it, that's it. Point the car at the 11-kilometre sign. Just as you get to it, gently start turning in, you've got slight left over the crest. That's it, slight left again. Slight left again here. And as we go over this crest, just gently let the car run out to the right. And then you've got fast left up the hill, patch of mud here on the right at the end of it, just gently start turning in. And then we've got the opposite, just a couple of slight rights up the hill. Normally try and point the car at the second Yokohama sign. And as you reach the second Yokohama sign, start turning into the right, so you're next to the right hand curve, dead opposite that orange flag. Here, straight line out to the right hand curve, little lift before we go in, and at the end of this concrete on the right, start turning into the left up the hill, and then slight left up the hill, and then if there's nothing behind us, go over this crest on the left hand side of the track. You've got crest, and then just slide right. Just slight right here. Stick to the left, start braking at the warning sign because you've got small left, hairpin right. So lots of brakes, and then start turning in at the orange on the end of the crash barrier. All the way around to the right as we go uphill. And then we go obviously back to the carousel again at the top, so you can either go on the banking or the flat part at the top. Up to you, it's not a corner to rush as it's so bumpy. So nice and steady on the gas, stay in all the way to the end, right to the last square. Slight right up the hill, slight right again, and stick to the right hand side. End of this curve on the right, turn in for the left up the hill. Let the car run all the way out to the right. At the end of the curve you've got 90 left, so a little bit of brakes because it turns in 90 left at the end here. And then immediately 90-degree right, and then not too much gas again, little lift before we get to the crest because it's crest, 90-degree right, and then this is the section, each corner again slightly tighter as we go through. Starts off with slight left over the crest.